So there is the third phase, and happens in all our games, that people begin to ask, why don't you pass to subscription? Because they prefer that. Because surely, okay, in this case, they have nothing to pay more than the subscription. So this was our afraid where we are thinking to create. So we have to take a strange decision. Why not give to players both? Free-to-play and P2play. So two servers, and this is what we have done, two servers in which the content is the same. The game is exactly the same. There is no difference. When we do an update, we do an update to both servers without no complete difference. The only difference is the currency. In a subscription server, there is the gold. That is the money that you can collect killing mob, doing quests, or whatever. On the free-to-play server, there is a currency that we have called Kun that you have to buy to do all the things. There is also another strange thing. It's possible to transfer the character from one server to another. If you remember what I said before, we say that people begin to pay on free-to-play, then they begin to pay, they pay too much and they want to pay the subscription. Okay, no problem. You can transfer your character from free-to-play with all your items in the P2play, in the subscription mode. You can choose which server you want, and you can use your purchases, what you have buy, in all the server, in any two server, or the free-to-play or the pay-to-play. Okay, to change this business model, this was the goal, and this goal was reached 2 months ago. The things that we have to change, the game was designed for subscription, so how we can change it to create the need of purchasing something. The problem is that all the structure of the design was thought thinking that all the area, all the maps are available for all the user, and this is a problem. So we cannot choose the Western model because we cannot create limits. It's impossible. And then we have also to keep our subscription-based user because we cannot give them a server that is better than theirs because they begin to complain about that. What we have to do is cancel the entrance barrier, create the need of purchases, try to make people to say, I want to pay something. So, which are the design issues that we have worked on in these months? First, thinking that the game was designed for subscription, which are the items that are needed but not essential for the user? And I written an example, housing, which is a feature that each player has an house where I can meet the others, or collect, do what they want, is an interesting feature, is a thing that they want. In fact, that was ready in the subscription, but it's not essential. So these features can be transformed in the pay features. Creating new items or changing items. The problem is that to create, changing item could be a problem for the subscription. So we have decided to create a large, we will see the numbers after, a large number of items. We have decided not to create limiting area except 2 areas that are quite useful. Also to keep the two servers the same. Which model choose? The Asian no, because we don't have the number of Asia. The Western no, because we have decided no limits. So we have decided a Russian model. What I mean is that there are some key features that are payable, and there are also some items that are very expensive. I know that usually when happens that there are some players that begin to complain, especially in this period of crisis, they begin to complain, saying, it's terrible that you put an item 1,000 euros. But it's something that I think every one of us has a car. There is one that is, one of us could be that has a Ferrari. So it's the same issue. So you must have in the market the Ferrari as you must have the 500, because both are as a meaning to be in the market. So the idea is to put also some really expensive item to create a goal for some user in their story of purchasing money. What we have done, because we have, this is the start of the project to change completely the business model, was the 15th of July, and we have launched the game the 8th of September. We were very fast. I remember that Gamigo, which is an online game publisher located in Germany, changed the business model of one of his MMO, and they took around 6 months. We are very fast. And we have done a lot of things. We have created around 100 new weapons. I don't read everything. We have done a lot of things, but what we have done is also to create value for the subscription, because all the items that we have created for the free-to-play system has been also created for the subscription. Surely they can buy without buying real money. We have done also a big platform, able to change players from one place to another, so they can transfer everywhere. And we didn't announce it. We announced it the 8th of September. So to avoid that people begin to think that we want to close the subscription, that we don't want to close because it's profitable. So we have no reason to close it. There was a problem, a big problem. The big problem is that the game is distributed in retail in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and North Europe. Don't ask me, because not in Italy also, if the publisher is in Italy, doesn't matter. And the problem is that the model that in the retail is the normal model. So people, they buy the box and they go and they pay the subscription or whatever. So how to change it? Because all we say to all the distributors, okay, get off all these boxes, and this is really a loss for us. It is quite impossible to do. Okay, so the idea that came in our mind is the following, that nothing changed, everything changed. What I mean is that they buy the box, and what we have done is only to put this stick that you see here, is a stick, is put on the box, is a stick that explains that you can play free-to-play or pay-to-play. When the players arrive to the shop and put the key, there is a system that says which server you want to choose, and it can transfer the money wherever. Doesn't problem with that. Which are the results? The concurrent users are more. These data are all old. I think it's around 40 now. The ARPU is increasing a lot, 50%. Highest single purchase is old, also this one, is 1,000 euro. Around 50 months of subscription. And the strange thing and the good thing is that the subscription server has no loss of players. Also, there are sometimes that a strange thing that happens in the forum is that if a player begins to complain about the price, a subscription player says, okay, why don't you complain? You have the choice to go to pay 8 euros, and you have no other things to pay. And the story finishes there. So there is also the subscription players that defend us from the complaint about the price. The last thing that I have to say is that one. In my opinion, this is what I see from here, from a little online game publisher, is that the subscription model, I think, is dead somehow. Except one that is World of Warcraft and EVE Online that is a little niche, so it's really particularly, especially, all the others are thinking, or they went already free-to-play, or they are thinking to do. Only to give you a data that is an official, quite official data. I think everyone knows Lord of the Rings Online. they decide to go free-to-play, and Turbine has announced that they increased their revenues by 300% the first month. So I think that this is and this is a challenge for the small one, but it's also an opportunity, because there are a lot of lack of design about free-to-play MMO in the Western, because until now, all the free-to-play MMO on the market were Asian coming to Europe. What we are also trying to do is to introduce new free-to-play model different from the Asian one. Thank you.